If you thought your school was fancy because it had a vending machine and a nice football field, wait until you hear about this. There's a boarding school in Switzerland where tuition costs over $175,000 a year. Yes, you heard that right. $175,000 every single year. At this school, students wear tailored uniforms designed by famous fashion houses, eat gourmet meals prepared by chefs trained in Michelin star restaurants and have more staff than classmates. And that's just the beginning. This place is called Institut Auf Dem Rosenberg and might just be the most exclusive and expensive school on the planet. But what makes this place so special? What exactly do you get for that kind of money? And who are the students who go there? Let's start with where it all begins, Switzerland. Switzerland has long been regarded as a haven for discretion, luxury, and quality, whether you're discussing banking, chocolate, watches, or in this case, elite education. It's a country known for its political neutrality, immaculate cleanliness, and almost surgical precision in everything it does, which is precisely why some of the most prestigious and high-end boarding schools in the world have chosen to establish themselves here. But even in a country filled with castles turned classrooms and international academies resembling royal estates, there's one school that stands at the very top of the pyramid, Institut Auf dem Rosenberg. Often simply referred to as Rosenberg, this school is on an entirely different stratosphere. Situated in the quiet and picturesque city of Saint Gallen, the campus feels more like a private retreat than a school. The grounds are enveloped by panoramic views of the Swiss Alps, with Lake Constance shimmering in the distance, and the buildings themselves blend traditional European charm with modern luxury. Rosenberg was founded in 1889, and while many elite schools like to boast about their traditions, this one truly lives up to the term. Over more than 130 years, it has built a reputation not only for academic excellence but also for being highly selective. The school has educated everything from future world leaders and diplomats to Nobel Prize winners, aristocrats, tech pioneers, and the children of industrial dynasties, which is why it's sometimes called the Davos for children, a reference to the famous gathering of global elites at the World Economic Forum. Despite having a small student body, the campus is massive, stretching across 25 hectares on the edge of Lake Constance, surrounded by private parklands and historic school villas that reflect the classic Art Nouveau style. There are 13 of these villas in total, each one designed with unique charm, and students have access to 28 different co-curricular facilities that go far beyond what most schools offer. One of the most fascinating parts of the campus is the Saga Habitat, a futuristic structure built by the students themselves, along with an ETH Zurich-engineered greenhouse, both used for hands-on learning in areas like engineering, agriculture, and cybernetics. The school also has a strong focus on sustainability and innovation. Scattered across the grounds, you'll find custom-built wind trees created in collaboration with Rosenberg students, which generate renewable energy while blending into the natural scenery. Then there's the Humanics Pavilion, a high-tech center where students as young as 6 begin learning about computer science, robotics, and mechatronics through hands-on, project-based workshops designed to build real skills for the future. When it comes to activities, Rosenberg doesn't hold back. Students have access to 10 sports fields, 2 private shooting and hunting ranges, 5 in-house theaters for the arts, and an entire alpine club owned by the school itself. This private club offers students the chance to participate in 12 different local sports, including skiing and snowboarding, along with specialized programs in polo and horseback riding, all within the school's broader approach to lifestyle, discipline, and confidence building. All of this has earned Rosenberg serious recognition in the education world. In 2024, it was named the world's best boarding school by Premium Switzerland, and it consistently appears in the Schools Index, a list of the top 150 private schools in the world. It's also regularly ranked as one of the top 10 international schools in Switzerland. And perhaps what's most surprising, considering how elite this institution is, Rosenberg is not a place where you can merely write a large check and expect an acceptance letter in return. The school carefully chooses students based on much more than financial means. They seek curiosity, ambition, a global mindset, and above all, the potential to become influential in the world beyond the classroom. It prepares its students not for the next exam but for a life at the pinnacle, whatever pinnacle means, in the realms of business, science, politics, or innovation. And that vision is woven into every aspect of the Rosenberg experience. But what do you receive in return for one of the highest tuition fees in the world? As of 2023, Rosenberg officially holds the title of the most expensive school in the world, not just in terms of tuition alone, but when you include all the costs that come with living and learning there full-time. The base tuition fee, which covers academics, meals, and standard school services, starts at around 93,000 Swiss francs, but that's just the beginning. Once you add on the costs for boarding, extracurricular activities, weekend programs, travel, and personal expenses, the total annual cost quickly climbs to around $175,000 per student, and in some cases, even more. Rosenberg isn't just expensive, it's also incredibly exclusive. With a limited number of spots available each year, the school has built a reputation for being one of the most selective boarding schools in all of Switzerland. Unlike most schools, Rosenberg allocates spaces based on what they call unusual merit, a vague but intentional phrase that suggests they're looking for students who bring something truly unique to the table. Perhaps they look for candidates gifted in arts, or who have a unique business idea, speak many languages, or show early leadership skills. Being smart is important, but being unique is even more valuable here. To even apply, families have to pay a non-refundable fee of about 1,000 Swiss francs just to get on the waiting list. And even then, there's no guarantee of being accepted. If a student is selected to move forward, they're invited to a challenging admissions process. It's not just about school grades. They might be asked to do interviews, show their creative skills, take thinking tests, or even talk about their values and future goals. The school wants to know who they are as a whole person, not just as a student. Right now, Rosenberg has fewer than 300 students from more than 60 countries. These are not just kids from rich families. They're often the children of world leaders, royalty, top business executives, and influential families with long histories of success. Once accepted, students live on campus full-time. The school is truly international. Courses are taught in many languages, and students can choose from over 100 subjects. Teachers often come from around the world and are experts in their fields. What makes Rosenberg different from other schools is the variety of academic paths students can follow. Instead of one fixed curriculum, students can choose between many recognized education systems, IGCSEs and A-levels, mostly used in the UK, advanced placement exams, popular in the US, International Baccalaureate, IB, a global diploma accepted by top universities, German International Baccalaureate, a version of the IB that includes the German language. And students don't just pick one. Some are working toward multiple qualifications at the same time, and often taking classes above their age level. Rosenberg also has its own in-house curriculum called the Rosenberg International Curriculum. This program isn't just about memorizing facts. It helps students develop creativity, leadership, and emotional intelligence. They even work on real-world projects with partners like MIT, solving problems and coming up with new ideas. Each student also has a personal roadmap called an individual development plan. This is a customized plan that helps them focus on their strengths and dreams, whether that means becoming a diplomat, entrepreneur, scientist, or even inventing something totally new. The school is also a certified testing center for many big exams. Students can take language tests like Cambridge English, Goethe German, and Delph French, the SAT used for US college admissions, IELTS, an English test for global universities. While Rosenberg may not follow the traditional Swiss high school system, it's approved by respected international organizations. It has all the right certifications to ensure students can get into top universities around the world. It's also a member of the European Council of International Schools, reinforcing its commitment to global education standards. So while it might not fit neatly into the Swiss public framework at the upper level, Rosenberg has built a structure that's internationally respected and tailored for students with global ambitions. Life at Rosenberg is a full experience, set on a 100,000 square meter private campus filled with lush parkland, elegant architecture, and some of the most exclusive amenities in the world. Students live in beautifully restored Art Nouveau villas grouped by age and gender, which gives the campus a home-like feel while still keeping things structured and secure. One of the most anticipated events of the year is the Rosenberg Ball, a formal affair where students spend 2 months preparing under the guidance of professional dance coaches. Thanks to its prime location between Lake Constance and the Alpstein Mountains, Rosenberg students have daily access to an incredible range of sports and outdoor activities. In winter, they can privately train in snow sports at local resorts, skiing, snowboarding, and even ice skating. There's no official school uniform at Rosenberg, but that doesn't mean students dress casually. During the school week, from Monday through Friday, students are required to wear formal attire during breakfast, lunch, and throughout academic lessons. In the evenings and over the weekend, smart casual is allowed, but the overall expectation remains polished and elegant. It's all part of Rosenberg's focus on grooming students, not just for college, but for the boardroom, diplomatic meetings, or wherever life might take them. In 2019, Rosenberg was awarded the title of Most Prestigious International Boarding School by Corporate Vision magazine, adding to its long-standing reputation as one of the most elite institutions in the world. Because of its strict privacy policy, Rosenberg never officially confirms the names of current or former students, part of what makes the school such a discreet choice for high-profile families. However, there are some known exceptions. Nobel Prize-winning chemist Mario Molina is one of the few publicly recognized alumni. Other notable names linked to Rosenberg include Carl Friedrich, Prince of Hohenzollern, mathematician Walter Rudin, and Günther Sachs, a well-known playboy and photographer. Even Mikhail Khodorkovsky, the exiled Russian businessman, is said to have sent his children there. Headmaster Bernhard Gademann has hinted that several Silicon Valley power players and heirs from major industrial dynasties have also passed through Rosenberg's halls, though their identities remain closely guarded. Even the faculty at Rosenberg has some surprising names in its history. Holger Czukay, the German experimental musician and co-founder of the band Can, once taught here in the late 60s. And German author W.G. Sebald, later known for his haunting literary works, also spent a year teaching at Rosenberg during the same era. All of this adds to the mystique of a school that's less about tradition and more about creating the future in the most exclusive way possible. If money were no object, would you enroll your child in a place like this? Or do you think such luxury in education is excessive? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, please give it a like, share it with friends who might be intrigued, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting explorations. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.